What's up guys, my name's Brandon and I've been using both the iPhone 11 and the iPhone 11 Pro Max for about 9 months now, pretty much every single day, and I've used each of them as my main daily device for an extended period of time, months at a time, with of course the iPhone 11 Pro Max being used the most over these past 9 months. So I wanted to make a long-term review and kind of comparison video to let you guys know how each of these phones has held up over time and why, even though I use the iPhone 11 Pro and 11 Pro Max more than the iPhone 11, the iPhone 11 might actually be the better option for most people looking to make an iPhone purchase here in 2020. So yeah, first off, the iPhone 11 Pro Max is a behemoth. It comes in at 6.5 inches compared to the 6.1 inch display of the iPhone 11. It's also 32 grams heavier than the iPhone 11, which is actually noticeable. I didn't think it would be at first, but when using the phone daily, taking it in and out of your pocket, holding it at weird angles at night and things like that, you definitely start to realize how much heavier the iPhone 11 Pro Max is compared to the iPhone 11. And over time, I've realized just how much hand magic you actually have to work in order to use your 11 Pro Max with one hand. And I think that's kind of why I enjoyed using the iPhone 11 Pro and the iPhone SE so much recently, because they are never uncomfortable to hold, no matter what kind of angles you're holding them at, or no matter what you're doing. The iPhone 11 Pro and the iPhone SE are both really great for that, whereas the iPhone 11 Pro Max especially is very hard to use all the time with one hand, and the iPhone 11 is a lot easier than the 11 Pro Max, but it's still not simple if you have smaller hands, which I have about average to larger sized hands, so it's not as big of a deal to me to use the 11 Pro Max with one hand, but it's still not easy. And especially if you're putting your phone in your pockets all the time, the iPhone 11 Pro Max is going to kind of flop around a lot. If you have like basketball shorts on, or if you're wearing sweatpants or something like that, you're going to notice how big of a toll it takes on your pants. So that's one thing to keep in mind. Also, the 11 Pro Max will sometimes almost fall out of my pockets. So I have a pair of red shorts that are pretty small. The pockets are pretty small. So the iPhone 11 Pro Max does not fit very well in them. It does fit, but when I go to sit down, sometimes it almost falls out. Whereas I've never had that issue with the iPhone 11 or the regular iPhone 11 Pro. So just something to keep in mind. Now, as for the actual build quality and design, this is where you'll see the main differences and not just feel them. So we have the glossy back on the iPhone 11 and a matte or a frosted back on the 11 Pro and Pro Max. Now both do have a glass front and back, but the frame is aluminum on the iPhone 11 and stainless steel on the 11 Pro Max, which is one of the reasons it's heavier as well. Stainless steel is always going to be heavier than the aluminum finish. You also get more pastel-like colors on the iPhone 11. This is the purple right here. I really like the purple color on the iPhone 11. And you get more kind of mundane, sleek colors on the iPhone 11 Pro and Pro Max, as you see here with the new midnight green color. Now on the front side, we not only have a bigger screen on the iPhone 11 Pro Max, but it's also an OLED screen compared to the LCD screen on the iPhone 11. And while the Pro Max definitely has a sharper image with a pixel density of 458 pixels per inch versus 326 pixels per inch on the 11, it also has more contrast, has deeper blacks, but it's honestly not instantly noticeable unless you're just really a tech nerd like me, or you're sitting here comparing the two, looking at the screens at the same time and seeing which one has better quality. The liquid retina technology that Apple puts into the displays on the iPhone 11 is still amazing. It's definitely the best LCD screen on the market right now. And once again, most people are not going to notice that this is an LCD screen compared to an OLED. Most people. But if you guys are watching my channel and you're really into tech, obviously you will notice the difference and you will prefer the OLED screen on the 11 Pro and the Pro Max. So yeah, the Pro and Pro Max are definitely going to be better to consume media on than the iPhone 11, not only because of the better display and the sharper image, but also because the speakers, especially on the 11 Pro Max, are just a bit louder than they are on the iPhone 11. So that's another plus as far as consuming media on your phone. It's also worth noting that the iPhone 11 Pro and the Pro Max both get noticeably brighter than the iPhone 11, with a max brightness of 800 nits compared to a max brightness of 625 nits on the 11. So that's one of the brightest displays on the market right now, and it really comes in handy here in Florida when the sun is out and constantly extremely bright, like if you're at the beach, the Pro Max is definitely going to be a lot easier to see in direct sunlight compared to the 11. And I've tested this out multiple times as well. It's not just theory. I've tested both of these out. I brought both phones out to the beach, to pools, to just outside in general, and it's night and day difference. The 11 Pro Max and the 11 Pro as well are just much brighter and easier to see. Now, as for gaming, both are going to perform about the same since we're rocking the same A13 Bionic chip and 4 gigabytes of RAM in both the iPhone 11 and the Pro and Pro Max. However, once again, the game is going to look sharper. You're going to be able to see more, and the speakers are just going to be better and just give you a much better experience gaming overall on the Pro Max compared to the 11. Now, of course, compared to the 11 Pro, you're going to be able to see more on the screen of the 11 because it does have a slightly bigger screen, but the image is going to be sharper once again on the 11 Pro versus the 11. So kind of just depends on what you care most about when playing games on your iPhone. So yeah, whether or not that sharper, brighter display and the louder audio is worth the extra money is completely up to you and what you value in the phone. But in my opinion, it's probably not a justifiable $300 to $400 difference for most people. And while we're still on the topic of these screens and the overall durability, after using both these phones for a while, or actually all three of these phones for a while, it seems like the screen on the iPhone 11 scratches easier than the 11 Pro or the Pro Max. So I still don't have a screen protector on my 11 Pro or the iPhone 11, and the 11 still has some scratches right up in the right-hand side, whereas the 11 Pro also has scratches, but not as many as the 11 does. So I don't know what it is, but this year, or I guess last year with the 2019 iPhones, they scratched. The screen scratched a lot easier than they did on like the iPhone XS, XS Max, and the iPhone XR the previous year in 2018. So not sure what's going on with that, but I noted this and I mentioned this like 2 weeks after I got these new iPhones. So definitely something to consider. I don't know if there's really a big difference in screen durability, but it seems like the iPhone 11 screen did scratch just slightly easier than it did on the 11 Pro or the Pro Max without a screen protector. And as far as being around the water, I've also had all three of these phones around the water, in or around the water. I've actually had the iPhone 11 and the Pro Max in the water, like underneath water, submerged in a pool, and both of them have been perfectly fine. So one is not more waterproof or water resistant than the other. In my testing, I've had it in the shower, I've had it in the pool, at the beach by water, and really nothing to complain about. I've had absolutely no issues with them. Now, as for the camera, this is another area that has absolutely blown me away. So both the iPhone 11 and the 11 Pro and Pro Max take stunning photos and videos, and in my opinion, they're the best on the market right now for stills and easily the best on the market for video. So you might think the iPhone 11 Pro Max has the advantage over the 11 given the additional telephoto lens, but the difference in image and video quality is really null. I mean, you're really not going to see a big difference in these two at all. So yes, the iPhone 11 Pro Max photos and videos look better when zooming in, when using the digital zoom, but that's about where the differences end. I mean, and compared to the latest Samsung phones like the S20, the iPhones are better in my opinion, again, in both stills and video, which is super, super impressive. So I would definitely not pay more money for the 11 Pro or Pro Max just for the camera alone, because you still have deep fusion on both phones. You have the second generation Smart HDR, you have night mode, you have the camera controls and the camera application and everything. So again, unless you're using the phone to take lots of photos or videos and you'll be zooming in a lot, the $300 to $400 difference will not be worth it for 99% of people. Now, when it comes to battery life, once again, the iPhone 11 Pro Max is the best in the business right now. It's the best battery life I've ever had on an iPhone, and it normally lasts me the entire day, even if I use my phone a lot in a day and have like 10 plus hours of screen on time. So there have been many times where I kind of just like pass out before charging and I just fall asleep without charging my phone. And I wake up the next day and my phone is still at like 35% battery somehow. It's actually insane how you could just fall asleep, with your phone after using it all day. And then you wake up the next day and it still has enough juice to get you like maybe midway through that next day. It's just crazy. And as far as the battery life on the iPhone 11, it also gets really good battery life, but it's not touching the iPhone 11 Pro or the Pro Max here. I did a full battery test video when these phones first released and they all had 100% capacity. And we saw the iPhone 11 Pro get almost an hour more battery life than the iPhone 11, and the 11 Pro Max getting much more than an hour more of battery life than the iPhone 11. And in day-to-day usage, it's even more noticeable. The iPhone 11 Pro Max and the iPhone 11 are just beasts, and they definitely get better battery life than the iPhone 11. But keep in mind, the iPhone 11 is still going to be a nice upgrade over any other previous phone that you had. It's also worth noting that I fast charged my 11 Pro Max and my 11 Pro a lot, and that's mainly because the adapter, the actual, wall charger came in the box, whereas the iPhone 11 does not come with a fast charger. It comes with the standard 5-watt charger, so that's another bonus for the 11 Pro and Pro Max. So overall, the iPhone 11 and the iPhone 11 Pro and Pro Max are very similar on the inside, but very different on the outside. The iPhone 11 starts at $699, the 11 Pro starts at $999, and the iPhone 11 Pro Max starts at $1099. So once again, that's a $300 or $400 difference depending on the model you choose. But the iPhone 11 at just $699 is the best value you can get on any new iPhone right now, aside from the iPhone SE. It's basically just as capable as the 11 Pro and the 11 Pro Max, while coming in at a perfect form factor and weight for most people, myself included. Honestly, if I could just have the Pro Max in the size and weight of the 11, I would definitely do that. I would swap these out. I wouldn't swap out the features, but I just wish I had the form factor and the feel of the iPhone 11 with the power and the battery life of the 11 Pro Max. So even though you don't get the brighter, more sharp OLED display, the additional telephoto lens, or quite as good a battery life, you basically get everything else that the iPhone 11 Pro and the Pro Max get on your iPhone 11 for $300 to $400 less. Now, of course, if you value that insanely good battery life, that slightly better camera because of the additional telephoto lens, and of course the better display, if that's worth $300 to $400 more to you, then go ahead and get the 11 Pro or the Pro Max. But if those aren't as big of a deal to you and you don't want to spend that much money on a phone, the iPhone 11 is a great value, and it's, again, one of the best values in smartphones right now. And I know I've seen a lot of people make videos saying they bought the wrong iPhone after all these months. They wish they would have just bought the iPhone 11. Me personally, I have no regrets. I love the 11 Pro Max. Of course, it is a little bit hard to use with one hand sometimes. It's a bit heavy. It's kind of a pain sometimes to have in your pocket, but I would not trade it for anything. I love the iPhone 11 Pro Max. I love the display. I love the battery life especially. I love the cameras. I love the frosted back. I love everything about it. The iPhone 11 Pro is nice too. It has that great form factor, but I just really value battery life because I use my phone a lot, probably a lot more than most people. That's why I recommend the iPhone 11 for most people, because they probably don't use their phone near as much as me. But I just love everything about the 11 Pro Max, and I have no regrets. I'm glad I stuck with this and used this as my main device over the past 9 months. So yeah, that's pretty much my 9 months later review on the iPhone 11 Pro Max compared to the iPhone 11. Love the iPhone 11 Pro Max, but I want to know what you guys think. Which phone do you have? And if you could go back, would you stick with the phone that you're currently using right now? Or do you wish you would have bought something else when you bought it, a few months back or 9 months back? Let me know all your thoughts down in the comment section below. And of course, if you guys did enjoy this video, I would appreciate if you gave it a thumbs up. And of course, subscribe so you don't miss a lot more videos like this one. But anyways, guys, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you soon.